In this video, I'm going to show you how to switch to an alternative text editor or HTML editor inside of Moodle, one that includes some really useful tools, specifically an audio and video recording tool. So whether you know it or not, you're very familiar with the text editor, or I usually refer to it as HTML editor. I'm coming here to a discussion forum, and whether it was me as an instructor or a student, either way, this is going to be available. So at first it's not available, but I can say use advanced editor, and now it's here. And this is the default editor. But there is an alternative editor that has an audio and video recording tool. It's just another button kind of like these, but rather than attaching an audio or video that you made somewhere else, you can make it right here inside of your text box, basically. Type something in and then record yourself talking, for instance. I can envision this being extremely useful in language instruction. So this video, I'm going to show you how to toggle over to this alternative text editor, and then how to use those audio and video recording tools. So unfortunately, we can't just toggle in here and say, hey, I don't want this one, I want another one. We have to set it as a preference for ourselves inside of our Moodle sites, which means our students are going to need to do it too. So we'll have to let them know to do this. I could come back to my home page and do it, but I can also do it from here because I'm just coming up to my personal preferences inside of Moodle. I'm clicking that, and there's preferences. And then once I'm in here, I want to come down and go to editor preferences. And then rather than using the default editor, I want to use the one called Addo. And then I save my changes. And then now I'm going to actually just use my back button to get myself back into my course site again. I'm going to come out. You'll notice nothing changed, but that's because I just used the back button. That page needs to be refreshed. So I just popped out of it, and then now I'm going to pop back in again. And I'm going to add a new discussion. Same thing, I'll need to click Use Advanced Editor and Advanced Options, but you'll see this is different now. I can expand this just a little bit by doing that. Now I have a few more options, but these are our critical buttons right here. So now I'm going to say Speaking Exercise 1. Here is my audio file. And I'm going to click on the audio. I'm going to click on Start Recording. Depending on your computer, it may or may not do this thing where it says, can it touch your microphone? All right, I'm recording. I hit Start Recording, so I'm recording. There's a 2-minute limit on recordings, but the timer is here. You can see it. All is well. I click Stop Recording, Attach Recording, and it's done. That's all your students are going to have to do. Once they've done that slightly tricky part of coming up here and changing to this editor, from here on out, putting in those audio files is going to be really easy. I'm going to go ahead and post this to forum. Now, you're not going to be able to hear this, and the reason is that when I do recordings in Screencast-O-Matic, I believe that I have the audio turned off, computer audio turned off, because otherwise you'd be hearing beeps and stuff that can be quite annoying. I may have it on, I don't remember, so I'm just warning you just in case you can't hear this. But you see this is a play button. So you as the instructor now can come into this discussion forum, or perhaps another student can come into the discussion forum. Perhaps it is working. Okay, I can also do this. So now I could reply easily enough. Okay. Hey, now because these audios and videos are very short with a 2-minute limit, and they're not like the highest quality on the face of the earth, I have them set, just to be a little bit smaller. They're not going to take up a ton of space. Now, if you have 100 students in a class and you want them all to make 2-minute videos 4 times a week, that's going to get a little big. I'm going to suggest using the video part a little judiciously. It's okay to use it, just don't have it be something you use constantly. The audio, however, does not take up much space at all, and that'll be fine. So I'm going to turn my advanced editor and additional options back on. I'm going to click on the video button. I'm going to click on that, and this time it's going to ask me for both my camera and my microphone. Say OK. And bingo, there's me. It's recording me in a video I'm going to keep this short because I do want you to, because these are stored actually inside of Moodle. So I'm going to want you to keep these videos relatively short. Oh, just my beautiful hair this morning. Okay, stop recording, attach recording. It takes a second, takes a little bit longer than that audio did. And there we go. So now I'm going to save, I'm going to post a forum, and I'm just doing this in the discussion forum. Give me a minute and I'm going to show you how you can use this anywhere the text editor box appears. Here we go. And bingo, there's me. It's recording me in a video. I don't know about you guys, but I hate hearing my recorded voice. You guys hear it a lot. I don't hear it so much. All right, so that is the use of the embedded audio and video recording tool inside of Moodle. If you'll recall, there were 2 steps that you had to do. You had to first come and turn it on, and you're turning it on for yourself. This is now going to be the one that's in all of your course sites all of the time until you turn it off and switch back to the other one. Most people really just put text up inside of Moodle, so it's really not that big of a deal to switch over to this one. But if you are regularly using special characters, and by special characters I mean like Greek characters and things like that. I don't necessarily just mean keyboard shortcuts to give yourself diacriticals. I just mean truly special characters. So special characters and equation editors and things like that. If you're not using any of that, go ahead and switch this over to the Addo text editor. Leave it that way, and it'll be available for you anytime you need it. One last thing that I want to show you is just to make it clear how well this shows up in anything. I mean, we forget how many places the text editor appears. So now I'm inside of a quiz, and I'm going to go to Edit Quiz, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to add a new question to this quiz, and I'm going to make it an essay question. Add. Looky there. So I can create a question in which I am speaking and the student listens and you have them translate or something like that. So I think this has the potential to be really useful, and please contact me with any questions that you have.